All right, then, guys, here's our other IXL for today. Remember, the first 2 days of this week, we worked on using the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And a lot of the problems from the first 2 days were giving you either the shape of a right triangle or a problem that said, here's a right triangle. And if we have two of the sides, we can use this formula to find the third side, which is a great way to use it, okay? Then yesterday, Wednesday, though, we started working on the converse of the Pythagorean theorem. And this says if I have three numbers that work in the formula, then that tells me yes or no, do I have a right triangle? We even go a little further and we can say, oh, it's an obtuse or an acute as well. And again, if you still need help on that, then go back and watch the Wednesday video. But converse Pythagorean theorem, that's what it will help us do. It'll help us tell us if I do have a right triangle or not. Take a look at the problem here. So I'll just do a couple of them here to get you started on F.18, Algebra 1, F.18. This one says a triangle has lengths of 2, 9, and 10. And again, we're checking, is this a right triangle? Now again, you will probably know if it's acute or obtuse as well, just based on what we've done. But I think a lot of times in this IXL, it's just asking yes or no. Do you have a right triangle, or is it something else? Okay? Now, a little reminder for this, again, on yesterday's video too, if you're checking the converse of the Pythagorean theorem, the one thing you have to do is make sure the biggest side has to go in for C. Otherwise, it won't work for sure, okay? If you put 10 in for either A or B, then it's not actually doing what we want it to do. If this is a right triangle or any type of triangle, then this is the longest side, and in this formula, it would have to be C. So as long as you make sure you plug those in there, the other two don't matter so much in terms of A and B. I'll just use the order they gave me in this case. 2 squared plus 9 squared. Does that equal, and in this case, again, 10 has to go over here, 10 squared, okay? You can use your Desmos calculator, but this one I think I can figure out. I know a lot of these, and I bet you do too. 2 squared is 4, 9 squared is 81, and 10 squared is 100. Again, I was checking to see, question mark, does this work or not? Over here now on the left side, I can just add these together. I get 85. Well, it's not equal to 100, so right away I'm going to erase that. 85 is less than 100. And so now we know from yesterday that since C was bigger than the other two added together, this would actually be the obtuse case. Okay, and in a test or a quiz, I would expect you to know that. This particular IXL is just asking you yes or no. Is it a right triangle? And so in this case, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click no, and hopefully I'll be right. Great job, it says good. Okay, going to do one more together here after I erase all my writing. But I think you get the idea on this one. It's kind of similar to some of the problems we did yesterday. And I don't even know if they might have word problems for these. I'm not even sure. But a lot of them, I think, are just kind of checking to see. If they give you three sides, you know what kind of triangle you got, especially is it right or not. So a triangle has sides of 5, 8, and 11. Again, 11 is going to have to be our C, because we're checking to see if this is a right triangle. In terms of work, here's what I would look for. Okay. You don't have to write a squared plus b squared equals c squared every time, but I would recommend having this like at the top of your paper, okay? And then your work would be you plugging everything in. 5 squared plus 8 squared. Does that equal 11 squared? And I should see you figuring out the numbers on your paper. 5 squared gives me 25. 8 squared gives me 64. And 11 squared is 121. And adding these two sides together again on the left, the a and the b when I square them, that gives me, I think, 89. And again, that is less than 121, just like the first one. So C was bigger than A and B added together, so this would be the obtuse case. Again, you should still know that. But on the IXL, it'll just ask you yes or no. Is it a right triangle? And again, I guess on this one, I'd say no again. Okay? So there's some help on that one. But again, let me know if you need more help. Zoom me or email me, okay? Good luck. Thanks, guys.